Hello, YouTube. 14th of April, 2026. Yesterday, we had a series of, we had a power outage last night and continued on throughout today, and only just got back a few hours ago. There's also been a problem in San Marcos regarding water supply, and so in the last week, I think I've only been able to have 3 showers because of a lack of running water. I think there are certain times in the day in which the water turns off, so I do need to find that out just so I can plan my day better. But what I'm noticing is it was bringing up just more levels of frustration of just the inconveniences that I notice are bothering me. Not being able to wash my dishes, or not being able to cook, for example, or shower after I've worked out in the morning, or even shower when I get back. And especially during the daytime, it gets really hot here now, and I'm sweaty, etc. And so what I want to say here is it's really bringing to the surface for me the things that are important. And sure, these little inconveniences are things obviously I can deal with, and I am, and I will. But at the same time, it's like, okay, what is important to me? What are the levels of comfort that just make me feel good on a very base level? And the reason I share the story is because yesterday, the 13th of April, was a 27-day in double-digit numerology. Double-digit date numerology, which simplifies down to a 9, which is the end of a cycle. And so the end of a cycle represents all the things that we've experienced in the cycle, coming to a point of essentially like an assessment as to what are the things that are worth keeping in order to empower us moving into the next cycle, and what are the things that need to be let go. And the work that I've been doing in the last few weeks, since I arrived here back at the lake, has been a lot of internal work and clearing my field, my energy field, and doing that by detaching myself from limiting beliefs that come up when I'm stepping into this higher form of embodiment that I choose, of being a creative and creating my life around creativity as a fundamental form of expression as much as possible throughout my day. And so I'm able to do that through videography for clients, creating content for myself, playing music, and just being around creative people and attending really cool events that are hosted by really talented people here. And so moving out of that knowledge of the end of the cycle into today, 14th of April, being a 28, which simplifies down to a 1. It's really about, okay, there are really big shifts happening on a conscious level, I think, on a collective level. And I think we can all, who are sensitive enough, can feel it. I can't speak for you or anyone else anywhere else in the world, but what I can say for sure here at the Lake San Marcos in Guatemala, the energy is incredibly potent for transformation, especially now. I'm speaking to a lot of people when I'm hanging out, when I'm connecting on the streets, or when I'm just at events and connecting with what people are going through, and very, very parallel experiences just expressed in our own way based on wherever we're at in our journey, in our path. And it's really beautiful to see. Like, it's collectively, we're all going through a particular process, and from my perspective, I see it through the lens of numerology. And because I believe because I believe my experience can be articulated through the lens of numerology, I'm able to find that connection, and it's helping me connect with these numbers even more. And I think that's such a beautiful experience to go through, and these experiences can never be taught in a book. No amount of theory of numerology or conceptually trying to understand the characteristics of numbers will ever match the raw experience of living them on a daily basis. And so for me, being a one day, it's I've had a lot of powerful realizations and channels that have been opened system, and it's a result of all the work that I've been doing on myself the last 3 weeks. I'm really proud of myself on that, for that. And so now it's a time of renewing my vision and really feeling from the heart where the excitement lies, whether it's certain activities I'm doing, whether it's certain people that I'm choosing to be around, or hi Ella, or if it's how much guitar do I want to play, and how much time do I want to prioritize on editing videos for freelancers, as well as managing my own time of creating content out on the street. Hey baby, hey, let's get this cutie in the shot. Yeah, you distracted me, but you're a pleasant distraction, and I love you. And so, to bring it back to numerology, today being a one day, it's a day for us to revisit the vision and be very clear on the steps that are necessary to be taken in order to reach that vision, but really putting the emphasis on the process itself, because it is in the process where all the growth and all the memories come from. When we look back at difficult moments or certain processes that we go through, we look back at the changes that we were able to be. Ow, hey, your nails are sharp and that's my skin. It's in those moments of difficulties that we look back with gratitude as to how that transformed us and the lessons that we learned from it that has made us who we are now. And so through that knowing, it's really embracing the joy and love of the process itself. And that's essentially the direction of the one energy that paints the picture for what the rest of the cycle is to be experienced. And so the cleaner the energy is today in terms of what the vision is and what needs to be taking place in order to execute it, the more aligned the subsequent days can be in resonance to their own respective energies. And so for tomorrow, 15th of April, 2026, simplifies down to a 29, which 2 plus 9 equals 11. And so tomorrow is a master number frequency of 11. To know 11, to understand 11, you need to understand 1. And as we just mentioned, like 1 is incredibly vision oriented, very masculine. If you think about a straight line, it is the most masculine shape in the world of art. And so it's a matter of really leaning into your inner masculinity tomorrow, so that as a consequence, your container, the masculine container, the safety, the comfort you feel within yourself, the security you have, and the intention you have towards the vision that you're moving towards, the safety of that container is what will naturally attract all of the creative feminine energy that is required to execute what that vision is. And so every single day there's work to be done, and through numerology we can sort of just guide ourselves into a cleaner state of alignment and not fight things that come up as a result of our logical mind, making us convince ourselves that we need to follow a certain way that is our definition of how we think we'll reach that end goal. But really, it's so much more fluid than that. It's so much more dynamic than that. And it's important to understand how to get in flow with the fluidity of nature and the energetic forces that influence us on a regular basis, so that the fullness of the cycle can be experienced in all its different shapes and forms that allow us to expand in different ways by tapping into different aspects of us that are in coherence with the energetics of each day and each number and our own code. And so numerology for me really is a very powerful tool to help me navigate as to what are the and what are the things I could maybe prioritize more. For example, today being a one day, right? After this, I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling and self-reflection before I go back into editing videos and a creative flow. Because as I mentioned earlier, like, it's imperative that today the vision is clear. And as a result of collecting the experiences of the previous cycle, especially for me in my personal life, there's so much that has happened in the last 9 days. And it's a matter of me using that information, using that data that I've gathered, that allows me to focus on the process of what are the next steps that I need to take, and be very clear with it, so that me in my logical mind can feel secure that the vision of the heart is the right way forward, and there isn't resistance coming, but actually the heart and mind are working together in union. And this is where the magic really happens. And I suppose the last week of my life has really been a reflection of that. I've had incredibly magical and powerful opening moments, which I'm still integrating and processing. And so I think a bit of journaling today will be very useful. And again, tomorrow being an 11 double-digit day, it's honing it even more on the masculine, to the point where it really needs to, the inner masculine really needs to be trusted within yourself to take authoritative action. And so I just had an idea of what I'm going to do tomorrow, and I'm not gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it into my journal because I still need to sit with it, but I have a really good idea as to what I'll be starting tomorrow. And so I'm in full trust and in deep level of gratitude to the support and the guidance that I have from my team that are clearly with me, and the community that I have around me that are constantly reflecting all the aspects of myself that I love, and all the aspects of myself that I'm learning to, I'm not learning to, I have accepted, and not holding a level of shame or guilt towards any of these aspects of myself, because that's part of who I am. It's the fullness of who I am. And so I'm in a really good space where my energetic container feels very expansive and very big. And it's a matter of me holding myself accountable and maintaining a level of responsibility to uphold that for myself. And so I have really cool ideas to what I'm going to start tomorrow. And yeah, I feel complete with this transmission. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, if you have any comments you want to share, or if you want to share your experiences as to what the last few days, the end of the cycle yesterday, as well as today being a new start of a new cycle, and what are the moments of realizations, revelations, transformations that these last few days has presented to you, I'd really love to know. And if you're interested in a personal one-on-one numerology reading, then my detail is in the description below. And as always, I will see you tomorrow.